New Hampshire Communications Advisory Committee, I find that due to the state of emergency declared by the governor as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and in accordance with the governor's emergency order number 12, this public body is authorized to meet electronically. I always get this wrong. Hold on. I believe I know the date. On Friday, November 6, 2020, public notice of this meeting was posted on the town website and on the bulletin board of the town offices at 10 Front Street. As provided in that public notice, the public may access the meeting online and via phone. Please note that all votes taken during this meeting shall be done by roll call vote. We'll start the meeting by taking a roll call attendance. When each member states their presence, please also state whether there is anyone in the room with you during this meeting and who that person is, which is required under the right to know law. I can start with myself. My name is Connor Berry. I'm the chair of the committee. I am here alone in my home office. Bob Glowacki.
Bob Glowacki, I'm here at home by myself.
Great. Nina Braun.
Nina Braun. I'm here at home by myself.
Great. Good morning, Nina.
Good morning.
Lindsay Sonnet.
Good morning, Lindsay Sonnet, and I'm in the room alone.
Great. Good morning, Lindsay. Bevan Kennedy.
Good morning, Bevan Kennedy. I am present and alone in the room.
Okay. And Martha McEntee.
Martha McEntee, I'm alone at home.
Great. So Darrell Brown is the select board member who is the designee to this committee. I will say that just a few moments ago, he emailed, I believe all of us, kind of instructing us that he might be late if he's able to attend this morning's meeting at all. So if he comes on, we can, introduce him. With all of that said, I am pleased to report that the subcommittee we've established to get the communications committee survey over the finish line was successful, and the survey was approved by the select board unanimously at their last meeting, and I believe is now live. So congratulations to, I guess, all of us, and a special thanks to Nina, who I know, really spent some time trying to put together some literature, some advertising for the survey. I think, all of that ended up going really well. And I don't know, Bob, I don't have the data on it. Do you have any numbers? I haven't taken the survey myself. I know that I will, and I'm going to encourage my wife, Lucy, to take it as well, and anyone I know here in town. But do you have any data on it?
So, I could share screens and show you the summary of the responses so far if you would like that. We have 31 responses so far right now. But 31. That's really something. If I just pull this up real quick. So,
okay.
And the caveat here is I did notice, I think there was maybe a glitch with people who did this on their phones, as I did see some people have, submitted 2 or 3 times. So maybe they accidentally resubmitted somehow, like same exact answers. So I'm going to clean that up a bit. But for the most part, people only answered it once. So, we're getting a range of age on there. Let's see, why can't I scroll here? Here we go. Most of the people who did it are in Exeter.
Can you go back, I'm sorry, to the age just quickly?
Sure.
Sorry, I just was curious what the majority was.
You got the 61 to 70, 51 to 60, 40 to 50, 30 to 40. So it seems like we almost hit.
Amazing how many older people are there.
And I think this is actually not, I don't know, the colors here are not adding up to here, I don't think. Because this is the 40 to 50. So the over 80 is a different color of green.
Oh.
But just slightly. So I don't think anyone in that category has taken the survey yet. But yeah, so we got, most people have been here. I haven't moved to Exeter recently. Most people live in Exeter. We had, one business owner take it. Most people are so far dissatisfied, I guess. But it's pretty equal with those who are satisfied. And then there's a sliver who, one person thinks they get everything they need. And again, this is only 31 people, so it's not, representative of the, 15 plus thousand people who live in town. So this was a little confusing when I was looking at this earlier this morning. So like each of the colors is like, one is the department was rated poorly. 2 is adequate, 3 is great, and then green is unsure. So, for a majority of these departments, most people are unsure about the communications in general, or they were, a 1 to 2 on the scale. A few of them, like the library, parks, and rec, were, up with the 3 on the scale. Public works as well. Tax, water, and sewer, they, said those are town clerk, those are adequate. So some room for improvement possibly. Looking at what people currently look for, we did post this. We had 2 posters outside as people were going in on election day, because the line was almost wrapped around the building at one point. And then later on, I moved them both indoors to where there was still like a line. But really later on in the day, the line was moving so fast, no one really had time to look at the poster, other than the very last poster, because it was really right in your face as you go in the voting area. So, but I think that maybe influenced the 27 people who did it. Think, election registration info is there, and schedule of town events is another big one. And I think that's something we kind of used to do, but it became kind of hard to manage, and because people would submit their own events to our calendar. Accused of favoritism if we only feature certain events and not others, but we weren't going out of our way ever to publish these events. They just came to us. What else we got? And then, these were some of the questions, what do you regularly seek out? Trash pickup hours seemed to be a big one. We kind of already knew that. So, making sure that that's an easy to find thing on the website. How do you currently receive information? This kind of surprised me that a lot of people go to the website. And then, the biggest one was second biggest was word of mouth, and then that Exeter, New Hampshire Community Forum. So we kind of expected that it's kind of an unofficial channel. But a lot of people go there, they'll just post in there, hey, when's trash pickup day, rather than, going to the website or something. So something with that. Most people had not been to a public meeting in person. They either didn't know where it was, they were busy, they were not a resident, unaware of the meeting time, sort of thing. Virtual meetings, again, a majority of people did not go to that. They didn't know it was an option. They didn't know when the meetings were, or, there were too many meetings, didn't like them, didn't know that they could go. Lots of different responses. Do you watch TV? Most people don't. Exeter TV. If they do, it's for government meetings. They don't necessarily go to it for the other content. And most people are watching the meetings or content on Facebook. Most people do not know there's a mobile app in town, and so therefore they haven't downloaded it. Same with the Rave Exeter NH alerts, system. Most people don't know it's there. And some people do know, but they still didn't download it. And, a lot of people said, clearly you didn't do a better job telling people about it because they didn't know that it was there. So, what would people like to see? Emails was a big one. So people want to get emails, I guess, or at least they want to communicate with the town via email more. Town website, Facebook is a big one. They care less about Twitter, Instagram, local newspapers, by phone or text. That's the big one. What's the preferred? And I thought this was interesting because these questions are pretty similar. But it's like when you boil it down to what's your most preferred one. a lot of people did pick email. The mobile app was a big one, and town social media. The website was not, people's preferred method of communication, if it was available. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know if anyone has any questions about a certain part of that. I think the plan was to maybe leave this up for about a month or something. So other than, we have those flyers, which we could put around at different locations. None of that has been done yet. Right now, the two posters that we had printed for the elections, one is inside the town clerk's on an easel, and the other one is in the notice board right as you walk in the town office. It's on the left side. So we hadn't, talked about putting it further. So I was leaving it up to you guys where you'd like to see them, or perhaps, if the committee wants to print a bunch and you guys can come in and pick them up and go and bring them around places, you can put them. So
I would definitely suggest, thank you, Bob, by the way, posting it, a few times in different places regularly, maybe scheduling it for like every Friday morning, on social media or something like that. So it's not a constant, but a regular reminder for folks, because I've already forgotten. But if I saw it again, I'm sure that I would take it.
I can, on that, I'll create the digital versions of the posters, and then I'll give send that over to Bob, and he can post it right on Facebook, on the town Facebook, and then I can post it on the Exeter Community Forum.
That's awesome.
I can post it on the community forum as well. From our one of our pages is a member of that group.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm on there anyway, so either way. And then can you let us, where around town maybe we do a smaller poster version? There's the glass bullet or the glass case outside of town hall. Yeah,
we could put it there. I think more effective would probably be in the businesses that would be willing, on their notice boards and stuff, like me and Ollie's, D Squared, places like that, if they would be willing to. But I mean, it's kind of tough now. I don't know how much time people are hanging out in front of a board inside. They're kind of getting their stuff and going, but it's worth trying. I know some of the businesses on Water Street there, have the glass windows, and you can tape them there. But not just hitting Water Street was a comment that somebody made before. So if anyone has ideas about, Portsmouth Ave or Lincoln Street areas, I'm sure the new coffee place over on 7 North, I think it's called, would probably be willing to put them up. So
yeah.
Or by the train station, if there's any commuters still taking it.
Yeah, I think we could definitely canvass the town and do that, and then also make sure they're in every possible town spot as well. I think wouldn't hurt. I think it's just coordinating who, when you can print them and then when we can pick them up.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely print them, and I could print a variety of them. I don't think we have to stick with the, I think the select board was pretty clear. They wanted that more optimistic looking one that you gave.
That's
the voting, but we could use the other ones too for this, out in the businesses. Maybe they're a little more eye catchy and stuff like that, if the other committee agrees. But whichever ones you guys want to print, I can print them in planning department color, just on regular size paper, and those would be perfect for putting around in people's businesses. Or we can do, they have 11 by 17 paper as well in there, so we can do that size.
If you can email me something, I can ask the property manager here at the mill if she would circulate it in one of her regular email notices. And if you send me a printable version, I can print it out and put it on the public bulletin boards here.
Sure.
Yeah, that all sounds great. That all sounds great. Yeah, I know that Julie Gilman, who's one of the select board members, was encouraging us to go more in the Portsmouth Ave direction. I don't know if she, I don't want to speak for her. I don't know if she was saying that we could staple some to the telephone poles on Portsmouth Ave. I don't know if that's exactly what she was saying. So I don't want to speak for her, but Portsmouth Ave is obviously a very high traffic area. It's, that would make sense.
But you're in your car usually on Portsmouth Ave.
Yeah, I just think she mainly meant, and maybe it was even someone in this committee. I thought maybe mentioned it. Maybe it was Selectman Brown, about if we just focusing on Water Street. Certain people are going to Water Street businesses, and other people maybe they frequent businesses on elsewhere in town. So not just focusing on the downtown area, to try and spread it out. So I mean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and of course. I mean, that makes
Lincoln Street. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I think Lincoln Street, the train station, I didn't even necessarily think of that. I think that's great. Okay. I know that I don't, although I'm perfectly willing to go ask. Does anybody have any direct connections with any of the local businesses, sort of the higher traffic businesses? Do you know, like a manager or owner at any of these places? I'm perfectly willing to just knock on some doors and go around with our flyer.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, Dan Chartrand, I'm sure, would be willing to put it up.
But I could help canvas. I don't mind.
Yeah. Martha, who is that?
Dan Chartrand, the Water Street bookstore owner. He'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
And probably Anthony's, the bakery, St. Anthony's. He would do it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's right next to the Swayze Parkway.
Swayze.
Yeah, okay.
And
I haven't actually been there. So
the brewery they would do it too, probably.
I think most of the businesses would be willing to do it.
Yeah, okay. So Bob, you're able to print the flyer from your office?
Yeah, wouldn't be any special paper or anything. I think that's the most cost-effective way to do it. I mean, it can be in color, so okay. And just normal size paper probably for some of those businesses. I don't know if they'd want us hanging huge posters.
Okay. I will. This weekend's tough. I teach a class at UNH, and it's like a mock trial class. And our students are in kind of their competition season. So, and it's all on Zoom. They don't meet in person anymore. So they're attending a competition this weekend at American University in DC. So I'm supposed to be online kind of monitoring them. And this is both Saturday and Sunday. I think the rounds should be over by the evening. So I might have some time in the evenings to go around and knock on some doors. Bob, are you able to print them this week? I mean, there's no particular.
Yeah, they could probably be printed, Thursday and Friday. I'm working remotely today, and Wednesday we're off for the holiday, so I'll be hopefully back in on Thursday.
Okay. And you'll be in Thursday and Friday, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And where is your office? I don't actually know where your office is.
We're inside the old town hall, but I'd be printing them in the town offices in the planning department probably, because they have a nice printer in there. Okay. I will email you about trying to meet up at the end of the week about that. I think that's I can do what I can do. And any other committee members who can. Obviously, that would be, very helpful. And if you know anybody, if you know any business owners, or if you have a relationship with a business in town that would be willing to put it up, that would be great. We have probably a few more weeks where it's going to be helpful. And then I don't know if anyone wanted to reach out to the Exeter newsletter. They'd probably be willing to do some little article on it if someone wanted to talk to them about what we're doing.
Yeah, I'd be more than willing to do that. Do we know someone that we could reach out to or email for the Exeter newsletter, Lindsay?
We do, yeah. Patrick, whatever his last name is. I'll dig up his email.
Okay.
He worked with us on putting the Warren articles in the paper the past 2 years.
Okay. Great.
He's great about that.
Great. That'd be great. Yeah. Obviously you can email him yourself, but if you want to send it to me, I'm more than happy to follow up with him. But you know what we're doing. I mean, you can even talk to him if you want. You could just say you're a member of the communications committee and we're putting out this survey and we're very interested in getting a dialogue with local residents.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, that all sounds great. Great. And I'm 31 responses is honestly more than I even thought we might get. So that's really great. That's really, really great. All right. So, all right. All of that sounds good, Bob. I will follow up with you about trying to get some printed copies of the literature to post around town. We actually went, my wife and I actually went to the new brewery in town on, I believe it's Center Street. And we instantly met the owner. He walks around. He's very, very friendly. So that is a possibility. I think I can knock on his door. I can go around maybe, hopefully this weekend if I have some time and do that. That would be great. So okay, and I think we probably need a little time to get all of the data in from the survey and digest it. I know that I jumped on a call with Bevan and Bob walking through the website, the design of it and the, the various, technical components to it. I don't know. I think I need a little more time. This is just me, and I'm not speaking for anyone else. I think I need a little more time researching what other towns or what other government agencies are doing and to see what works and what doesn't work. Just given my job, I have a lot of exposure with the state of Massachusetts Division of Insurance website. I happen to think it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty user-friendly. They're able to post announcements in kind of a user-friendly way. I feel like you get the information that you need from them. I like that website, but I probably need a little more time to go around and research what other towns are doing and see whether it's effective or not to make recommendations for our own website. But I mean, obviously we can entertain the conversation. I don't know if anyone came today prepared with recommendations for our website or what's working, what's not, because I know that's, aside from the survey, we're going to try to pivot to working on the website. So that's just me, but I'm if anyone else has any other recommendations this morning.
I think it might be relevant to, to go about and obviously look at other websites and see what you like and what works and doesn't work. And but also then once we get the survey results or we have more, maybe we can focus on, because it can be a little bit overwhelming trying to revamp a whole website. So for instance, if people are interested in knowing a better indication of events going on around town, so then we focus on the event section and how that works and functions. If people are interested in knowing that we have an app, what can go into that section of the website so that people are aware of it, and then what can go into the app, things like that, to sort of silo it so it's not just this big daunting project. And also in reviewing the site with Bob a few weeks ago, the whole site doesn't need to be revamped necessarily. It is actually a really nice site. It's just a matter of more, I think, getting the information out there and also working with the different groups that have the capability to post on the website. So thinking about that too, how do you communicate with different groups, different committees, to ensure that all the information is consistent so that every page is consistent and people can expect the same thing when they say go to the police department versus public works, that sort of thing. Those are my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we need to definitely start thinking about a best practices document that we can, distribute to all of the various town departments and committees where, if they, the full life cycle of an announcement, if they have information that people need, here is the best way to get it out there and, the best way to kind of create the content. So, yeah, that's something we definitely need to think about. Okay, and did anyone else? No, not.
My thoughts on it too is focus more on that than the actual fixing of the things. Is probably going to be more helpful in the long run, because if we stop every once in a while and try and solve every problem as it comes up, it probably will prevent us from creating that best practices document, because that's the real solution to the problems, rather than us trying to solve each little problem as it comes up.
Mm-hmm. Lindsay, I see you unmuted yourself.
He answered my question. I was wondering what Bob was telling us to focus on, but you're saying the best practices document.
Yeah, I think that's a great. Yeah, Bob, did you have a draft of a best practices document that you were kind of working? It's like a working list of. I'm sorry. I think you're muted.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, and what I was thinking with this is it's not just the best practices, but it's kind of, it'd be kind of like we're in a report style from the committee, I guess, putting all your stuff back in there. So it would include all the best practices and kind of like policies, draft policy ideas and the tools available, but then, similar way to, how you would summarize in a report, what's the stuff that the best practices does not solve, what questions that were asked are still unknown, whether it's, stuff like, all right, these are the best practices, but who should be responsible for this stuff? Maybe that's something we can't answer as a, committee or something. So we could put that stuff at the end of this document or something. But, I was just going through a real simple format of, we have each of our tools, or we can call them whatever you want, but their website, social media, Exeter TV, mobile app, other stuff. And I think kind of just outlining all the different categories of stuff. And then the format I was going for was, what's the policy for that, best practices, tools, and, also having a workflow, like ideas to distribution and, interdepartmental communication, external, chart of community, like working on building a chart of the map of our communications. So I've reached out to all the departments and I kind of asked, like, who is responsible for every aspect of your town's communication? And slowly people are telling me, okay, so-and-so does this for our department, so-and-so manages this part, and, here's what we try and do. But I haven't gotten real deep into it yet, because I'm basically trying to make a skeleton that you guys can put all of the meat of the information onto to make sense of it. But we can also, rearrange that as it goes.
No, yeah, that looks great. That looks great. That would be a great, helpful outline. Would you mind emailing that?
That's what I was going to ask.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Just so we have something to look at, and as you said, we're going to try to start filling it in a little bit. So where we come up with recommendations, I think that would be a great outline to just use, and we can present it to each other at our next meeting. Okay. Anyone else? I don't want to be cutting anyone off. Did anyone else have anything? Okay. So it's the, bottom of the hour here. I'm willing to say that I don't know that we have all the answers right now. The survey's in process. We're getting data points from that, hopefully over the next few weeks. We all can internalize what we know about how the website works. We can start going out there, researching what works and what doesn't with other towns. Bob, if you send us the skeleton, the kind of the working outline of the communications master plan, we can all start looking at that. I don't know. There's probably no silver bullet this morning. I thought it would be helpful for us all to meet, obviously, after the election, after the survey went live. So with no further ado, I would take some recommendations on the next time to meet.
Just quickly, Connor, can one of you guys, either you or Bob, just put in front of us again the link to the survey and any digital materials we have that accompany it and all that? That'd be helpful for me to see everything again. I'm sure you've circulated it, but I don't know where it is.
Yep. Well, Bob, it should be on the town website.
It is. If you go right to the homepage,
Are copies of the flyers there too, Bob?
The flyers are not on the website because they wouldn't look good on the website, basically.
I can send that to you, Lindsay.
Awesome.
Or everybody, because you probably
the flyers are great. Nina did a great job.
That'd be helpful.
I'll just send it to everyone so everybody knows, and they can use them wherever you feel fit, even on your own Facebook page or whatever, Instagram, Twitter.
It was funny that the original flyers had the FOMO, the FOMO, fear of missing out. It's such a hip term, I don't even know of my generation. I might even be too old for it. I don't know. I think we did, but I feel like we did use it back in the day. It was great. It was all great.
Thanks.
Good.
Yeah. Bob, if you want to send that around, that would be great. And again, I don't want to end the meeting prematurely. I feel like we all kind of know our mandate, and I think we need some time to process this. There's no right answers that are going to be available to us immediately. And again, the survey, that sounds great. 31 people already. Who knows? I mean, there might be some real substantial feedback from the survey. I think that would be great. That would be really, really great. So I'm just pulling up if we want to distribute that would be great. The link to the survey, and then everyone, whoever just distribute it as widely as we can. I will get in touch with you, Bob, about stopping by and getting some printed versions of the literature. I'm more than happy to go around when I have time to knock on some doors. As far as the next meeting, I'm sorry, I'm just pulling up my calendar.
And while you're looking at that, I just wanted to, what we did with the website, I think I met with everyone except Lindsay. So Lindsay, if you wanted to, we could do a website walkthrough if you're still interested, but maybe you've done enough of that yourself. But if you want to learn how the back end works and, with the user management side of things, I can show you that, because I think that kind of informed a lot of people on what our website can and can't do. But just for everyone else to stay focused on that, I guess, so that next time we have, some stuff we can start talking about best practices or suggestions, little changes.
Cool. Thanks. I'll email you if that feels feasible. My schedule's a little tight, but thanks, Bob.
Yeah, it was. I will say that it was helpful. I sat in with Bevan, and I had a meeting with Bob, and it was helpful. It was, you just don't understand website management, so it was helpful to see what is going on behind the scenes. Okay, all right. All of this is good. I think we're in process. The select board, I will say, and Bob, you were on the call. I don't know if anyone else was. When I presented them with the survey and just gave them kind of a status update, they were all very pleased with the work that we're doing. I really think that I don't know what they expected to come of this committee, but they seem very pleasantly surprised by, the fact that we're really trying to move things forward, which is great. So as far as the next meeting, now we're coming into the holiday season. I wouldn't suggest the week of Thanksgiving. There's no particular reason not to meet, but that's just a busy time. So I'm just looking ahead at the next, 3 or 4 weeks. There's a couple of Tuesdays in early December that are after Thanksgiving, December 1st and December 8th. I don't know if anyone.
First is probably better for me, but I can't really do the 8th.
Okay, no, that's fine. It's the week after Thanksgiving
for folks.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
I can try for the 8th.
First works.
Martha, the first? Okay.
Yes, the first is fine.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll set the next meeting. I will set up the agenda. It'll look similar to what we have had in the past. I think basically what we should be trying to think about is, what other websites are doing, and really trying to think about, more deeply about what, if there's immediate changes we can make to our website. And then Bob is going to distribute the working draft, outline of the master plan. We can start to fill that in as necessary. But I feel good about this. I really do. I think we're trying, we're doing the best we can. So this is great. Does anyone have any other questions, comments, concerns? No? Okay.
I just wanted to just quickly bring up they're always talking about you guys at the select board meeting. So it's a shame Daryl isn't here, but the new thing we're looking at is, if you guys didn't know already, the restaurants have to do contract tracing now, or at least attempt to. So we're going to already try to do like a PSA with Exeter TV with them. But if people, had ideas on how to kind of communicate that with the public, so that they don't think this is weird. Why are they asking for all my information? Something like that. So we're going to do a PSA about it. But if people had other ideas on how to communicate it, maybe that's something we could talk about next or something like that.
A lot of the feedback we got from your election videos was very positive. So if you're doing another video like that, I think that's great. I mean, it definitely might be something to post, on the website. I know we have those headlines with the red bar on the top of the screen. I mean, that's something. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else have any thoughts? I don't have any particular thoughts. I think if you're making a video, that's going to be effective. I know people would be interested to know that. Whenever I go out, they ask me I already know about the contact tracing. I've been kind of doing that now for a while, so it wouldn't shock me that a restaurant is asking for my name and phone number, because it's been happening. But yes, I mean, I think that's definitely something we could get out there. So okay, no, that's good, Bob. Maybe we don't have any answers right now, but if obviously if anyone has any thoughts, feel free to email Bob directly. When we've been emailing on committee business, my take has been we can't just meet all the time. So if someone's emailing something, I've just been PDFing it, like printing it and putting it in the agenda packet, so that we are posting it publicly, so that it's not technically violative of the public meeting law in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I would just say with that, I would probably funnel everything through Connor is probably the safest way to do it. So like Nina, rather than you sending stuff out to like everybody, send it to Connor and then he can send it out. And then, basically if no one hits reply all, we're pretty much good. So
Yeah, which we have been doing. I know our subcommittee, our committee of three was, emailing back and forth on trying to get the advertising finalized. So anyway, I
think
just
that's okay though. I think, isn't it okay if you just do 3 or less? I don't think it needs, as long as it's not the whole group, like a quorum. I think
technically, we really shouldn't be doing any business over emails, but having Connor put them in there is good. But that's why I would defer to Russ on it. But I think the way to go about it is, the chair should be sending out emails to everybody, and no one should be replying to them, basically, because that constitutes a meeting.
Yeah. I think Russ probably takes a more restrictive view on it. Just in my conversations with him, that seems to be, his position, which is completely fine. So yeah, we'll just be careful on that. But I think we've been fine so far. So I think that having a meeting on Tuesday, December 1st, 2020 is great. I can send Pam out a potential agenda, and that would give us, I think, 3 weeks. Yeah, just about 3 weeks to, go off on our own and, do a little of the research, a little of the legwork ourselves. Hopefully Daryl will be able to join us. I don't have anything else. I'm very pleased with the work that the committee is doing. And again, from the feedback I'm getting from the select board, they're pleased as well. So I can join the meeting with the expectation that we'll be meeting on December 1st. Is everyone else okay with that? Do we have any questions or anything else? Commentary? Great. All right. We're getting the thumbs up from Lindsay and the wave from Martha. So I think we're all set. Great. I will officially adjourn the meeting. Thank you all so much. I hope you stay well. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season with your friends and loved ones and